This is West Virginia Tonight. Live from the state capitol, the latest information from towns all across the state. Brought to you from an award-winning team, including your host, Dan Thorne. Now, West Virginia Tonight.
And the concert stopped, and they put the floodlights on, and then we heard the gunshots kept on going on. So, seriously, 20,000 people were just down.
This kind of stuff cannot happen in America. And as a foreigner or as an immigrant, I would say we need to come together and fight this stuff out.
The sounds of terror. Dozens are killed and hundreds more are injured in our nation's deadliest shooting. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dan Thorne. A West Virginia woman is one of the first victims to be identified in this shooting. Berkeley County native Denise Burdinas is believed to have been killed in this shooting. Denise and her husband Tony were on vacation in Las Vegas and attended the music festival last night. The couple had been married for 32 years, a love that started when the two were high school sweethearts at Hedgesville High School. The couple has 2 children and 4 grandchildren. Senator Shelley Moore Capito had this to say about Denise on the Senate floor today.
Tony wrote on his Facebook page that his wife died in his arms. So, a mother of 2, soon to be a grandmother of 5, we've lost to this horrible tragedy. And so my heart sinks for them, for everyone. And I really don't have the words to say how to comfort or how to explain or how to understand, except that I feel very, very deeply sad and sorry and prayerful for them and their families.
Denise Burdinas was 50 years old. The massacre may be over, but a lot of questions remain unanswered, including the motive of shooter 64-year-old Stephen Paddock. Omar Jimenez has the latest.
Stories of survival in Las Vegas during the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history.
Then the guy down in front of us about 10 feet up goes down. The guy to the right of him about 3 feet over goes down.
What should have been a night of fun turned into a night of terror.
Somebody just started running saying, "Oh my gosh, he's shot. And there's people in front of us that were getting shot, and you were seeing, as you're hearing the shots going off, you were hearing just them hit the ground. I mean, there's the guy in front of us who's running, got shot in his back, and he was still running."
Bullets rained down from the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort onto a crowd of about 22,000.
We had to cross the field where the people were getting shot. Every time we heard shots, we would hit the ground and just stay there until they would stop for about 30, 45 seconds, and then we would run as fast as we could. And we just thought we were going to die. There's no other thing. I thought the shooting would never end.
Survivors shocked but grateful to be alive.
You don't believe you'll ever be a part of now what's going down as the largest massive shooting on our grounds. You don't think you'd be a part of it.
In Las Vegas, I'm Omar Jimenez reporting.
Meanwhile, hospitals in our state are taking action to plan for mass casualty situations. Raleigh General Hospital has a number of disaster plans to deal with a situation with a large influx of patients. They're the #1 trauma center in southern West Virginia, and they practice several times a year for these large-scale events. While they say they can plan, it's not always easy to deal with something like this.
Well, I don't think, number one, anybody's prepared for events of that magnitude. Certainly a number like that would tax the Beckley area as a whole, not just Raleigh General, but every hospital.
Yes. Hospitals in the area would help each other out in case of an emergency. Raleigh General Hospital is the overstocked blood bank for the region, meaning they have extra on hand that they can supply to other hospitals. When major tragedies happen, many people want to help out the victims, and one big way that you can help is by donating blood. The donation process takes about an hour, but it's not just in time of tragedy that blood is in demand. The American Red Cross reports someone in the U.S. needs blood every 2 seconds. A single blood donation can help up to 3 people.
They hit close to home, you know, and in your neighborhood you don't think that things are going to happen like this, but then when it does, you always think of a way that you can help, or maybe people have family members, definitely in Florida or Texas, or maybe even in Las Vegas, and they know somebody, so this is a good way to be able to help if you can't go there and actually help.
For more information on how best and where to donate blood, visit redcrossblood.org. Last night's shooting happened as country music singer Jason Aldean was on stage, and this is video of Aldean performing in Charleston just last month at the Civic Center. It's unclear if Aldean will go through with performances scheduled for later this week. Aldean called the shooting beyond horrific. Well, this deadly shooting has many people concerned about going to outdoor events that could be vulnerable. Brooke Chaplin reports from Wheeling.
A mass shooting at a big public event. That's what the nation is witnessing on the news and social media after tragedy struck Las Vegas last night. And many people remember this happening just a few months ago when pop star Ariana Grande performed in Manchester. Now the question is, will this scare people away from big concerts, festivals, and games in the future?
I'll probably be more cautious, but I'm still going to have fun and do the best I can and live in my life.
Around this area I would. In bigger places I don't think I would, just because I don't know if I would feel safe in a real big city.
And feeling afraid is completely normal. But as former U.S. Attorney William Ehlenfeld believes, people can't let tragedy keep them from living and enjoying their lives.
They shouldn't live in fear. They shouldn't stop doing what they love to do, whatever that might be, whether that's country music or pro football or college basketball, whatever it might be. They shouldn't stop doing that because we had this incident, as unfortunate as it was.
OVMC clinical therapist Robert Bowman says it's important for people to mourn this tragedy, but he also thinks that people will move on pretty quickly, especially since the event almost feels far away unless you're actually there.
I would guess that because of the level of desensitization that we've had recently with all the violent episodes throughout the world, that it would probably be a temporary thing. But I wouldn't imagine people will be too hung up about going places.
Officials say moving forward, the best thing you can do is to always be careful. And in the meantime, it's important to talk to loved ones about what happened and to remember those who were lost. Reporting for West Virginia Tonight, I'm Brooke Chaplin.
In the wake of this massacre, West Virginia Governor Jim Justice has offered his condolences. He says in a tweet, "Horrific news from Las Vegas. Our hearts are saddened. Join Kathy and I as we pray for all of the victims, friends, family, and our country." Well, the chairwoman of the West Virginia Democratic Party is calling on legislative action to prevent future shootings. Belinda Biafor says in a statement, "Now more than ever, we need to not only reach out and comfort and support, but we need to take immediate action to ensure that these acts of senseless violence are stopped." President Trump's planned trip to Morgantown has been canceled following the attack. President Trump will instead be in Las Vegas on Wednesday. The president was scheduled to be on Fox News Channel's Hannity for a town hall at the Metropolitan Theater. Mon County commissioners confirmed his plans were called off. The West Virginia State Capitol is following suit after President Trump orders all American flags be flown at half-staff. The president has called for the flags to remain that way until sunset on October 6th. Still to come on West Virginia Tonight, are retired coal miners closer to getting their pensions? How a new plan hopes to springboard the effort next.